Things should be live. See in a minute. Okay, something's going on with my Twitch, so that must be... Yep, there it is. It's coming up. There's Mr. Badmac, so all is right in my world. Twitch is going, and Mr. B is here, so I can call it a Monday. I didn't turn on my other light source. Not that I need it that much. There's still light in the day. Unlike some people who are probably looking at about midnight now, I think. Let's see what finished. What finished? Oh, so, my, tablet holder. It's two of these pieces. These two braces, which you can see go into these triangle-shaped holes. There, it's a good angle. I've actually glued them, and for some reason, I've got the urge to kind of smooth everything out and paint it. I don't know why. Just for fun, I guess. Here's one of those triangle braces in, you know, obviously a different color. And gravity works on them, too. And one of my prototypes, from when I wanted to make sure it would actually fit the profile of the tablet. So I've got that going for me. That PLA is going to slide around on the desk at work. So I'm going to use some of this foam rubber material. It's for like furniture feet. It comes in these little strips like this. I can cut it to fit. So that's what I got going there. I haven't tried it yet, but I did go ahead and get my heated bed and a cough. But I did, and I don't have it up here. I did actually do two of those sides out of the Tough Ink. Because its softness and flexibility will make it actually hold its position on the desk a little better without sliding so much. But the day that I tried it, I put the tablet in there. It was sitting at the 45 degrees, and then at one point, the two legs that are coming out here buckled and went eep. So that was actually what prompted the design change for the solid bottom. What it looked like before that was this. This is actually better for demonstrating those triangle points on there. So it looked like that, and then this piece bent. This is PLA, so it doesn't bend. This piece just bent and went over. So the things I learned. Speaking of Tough Ink, since I really like it, and because they had a sale, I got some in black and in clear and in purple. You're not going to be able to see that very well because of the plastic, but purple. And then they also had their PLA. They have their limited edition colors or whatever. Everything was sold out by the time I got to it. It was a Memorial Day sale event, but then they extended it for another week, and that's when I finally got to it. This is the it's a transparent one. They call it candy green. I don't know if you're going to get a good look at the color, but it's very bright. It's actually not that far different from that color there, which is pretty nice. This Tough Ink is usually like $40 for a roll this size. They're selling it for $18, which is why I went ahead and bought some, even though I don't truly need it right now. Yeah, this isn't an expensive hobby at all. I just need more things to make. I'll probably try doing the coaster in the black Tough Ink at some point. The purple look like Twitch purple? It is much darker than the Twitch purple, actually. getting a good look at it. It's really dark. In fact, it almost looks blue. It ought to make some really fascinating things. But anyway, I will... There's dust on this because it's been sitting here. I will try to redo this coaster with its little bow. I don't know if that shows up there at all. Try doing this in the Tough Ink with the... for the non-slidingness, and probably with the heated bed. Or I could redo it in PLA with the heated bed. But I'll have to change the design because it doesn't work very well as a coaster now because the letters, which don't really fit into the grooves, are the same height as this rim that's around the edge. You put anything on there and it can just slide off the coaster, which is not helpful. It would not be so bad if it weren't for the bow. Anyway, enough of the 3D printing. That's not what people come here for. Both of them. Well, actually, maybe one of them does come here for that. I don't know. See, I'm flatlining, or not flatlining. I'm peaking my microphone. It's because I had it up too high. I need to put it down here. Doesn't help that I got crap in my throat I'm trying to clear out. Ooh, fustian velvet. I don't even know what that is.
It's all quiet in the hissing wastes.
Any remaining Venatori are stragglers. I imagine their failure has set heads rolling.
So, Samson. Or did she learn about Samson's strange armor? Her glee over discovery is disconcerting, but her information may prove invaluable. Owen wants me to go talk to him. Here we go. Hire former slaves as paid workers. There we go. And I got some ruby. Okay, so those are the 2 DLCs. Let me go talk to Colin since he seems to want to talk to me. We've been playing the crap out of City of Heroes. It was actually what we were doing last week when I decided to back off on the stream. I had all 3 of us together, so... My throne room is definitely coming along. No guards here, so they're not asking me to sit judgment on anything. Keep turning the volume up and it's just not enough. Because City of Heroes is like super loud. Playing it, I have to turn it way down. Culin. Hey, get around the desk.
I wanted to thank you. When you came to see me, if there's anything... This sounded much better in my head.
I'm just glad you're all right.
I am.
Speaking's a little...
I've never told anyone what truly happened to me at Ferelden's Circle. I was... not myself after that. I was angry.
You weren't yourself during that.
Years that anger blinded me. I'm not proud of the man that made me. Now I can put some distance between myself and everything that happened. It's a start.
Good to let go.
The past isn't always pleasant. Sometimes you have to let go and move on.
I can't forget what happened, but it led me here. I can make that mean something. Anyway, I meant to thank you, not trouble you further. You've enough to worry about. How are you holding up?
There.
I've met good people here.
Knowing they have my back, it helps.
You certainly keep interesting company. I suppose I do as well.
But that wasn't talking about Samson's armor. Where? Here somewhere. Came over here to talk about Samson's armor. Come on, Colin. Wake up. Yeah, door's still open from the last time I opened it.
No red lyrium, no allies, and soon Samson will have no armor, I hope.
You hope?
Dagna's started work on her red lyrium samples, but she needs more details on the armor. We found orders in the mine. They mention Maddox, a name I did not expect to hear.
Samson's letter said something about taking over as the vessel.
Perhaps it's a rank among the Red Templars. It could be a title from ancient Tevinter. Or it's some other role Corypheus has planned for Samson, and Maddox is part of it.
Did he serve with you and Samson in Kirkwall?
Maddox was a mage in Kirkwall's circle. Samson smuggled letters between him and his sweetheart. Eventually, Samson was caught. That's why he was cast out of the Order. Maddox was made tranquil and became a skilled craftsman of magical items. Samson must have rescued him.
Why would Maddox need saving?
When the mages rebelled in Kirkwall, the worst battles took place at the gallows in the circle itself.
I remember.
I thought Maddox had died in the fighting, or was eking out a living on the streets. A hard fate for a tranquil in Kirkwall. Samson must have found him, taken him in.
Having an inside man among Samson's forces would be invaluable, if we could convince him.
If.
I couldn't say. I've lived around Tranquil most of my life, and I've never understood them. It seems Maddox built Samson's armor for him, and maintains it still. Tranquil and Kirkwall needed rare and expensive supplies for their enchantments. Supplies we can trace. I can have our men kick down some doors, Inquisitor. Samson's armor might lead us right to his stronghold.
Okay. That thing, do that. Do the thing. Do the thing, I'm going to go away. Enchantment? Okay, that's an easier way to get to Samson. I gotta keep that in mind. Let me go take a look at this operation just opened up. It's less than 2 hours. Less than an hour and a half. Because I don't want it, you know, coming up right at the very end of the stream or something. Okay, nothing new there. Must be an Orlais. There we go. Ooh. It's 12 minutes.
To work?
In the meantime, we can go ahead and have people do that.
Let's see what we have. Let us begin.
Now, I don't remember what we had over here. I'm going to take a look if there's anything left. Okay. Let's look at the map, shall we? Oh, there's nothing here. I must have finished that. Let's see. Yes. Yeah, I could find these notes. I'm not going to hunt that down. I could turn that in. I don't really need it. I had more blood lotus. What about the inner circle? Oh, those artifacts. Okay, well I've got them. Jeez. Hey, I've got that going. Here in the path, I see a bit. That's that other zone. I think. I don't care about that. Go back home. Now I've got a couple of different ways I could go. I'm level 20, so I could probably do. I can probably be tough enough to survive both of these DLC. So I'm thinking my internal debate is about whether to do one of the DLC now. Oh, sure I sold. But whether to do one of the DLC now, or go ahead and go to the next area, which is actually, main story area.
These orders may take some time.
27 out of 90. Looks like I can probably just sell kinds of crap. I think I remembered looking at all this stuff before.
If you say so.
Go for the DLC now? Okay, do you want to learn, DLC-wise, do you want to do stuff that's related to dwarves? Or do you want to do stuff that's related to the Avar, who are kind of mountain-dwelling folk? We've actually seen the Avar before. We fought a couple of them, and they're the sky worshippers, and there was that one dude who kind of stood there watching, and then I recruited him as an agent.
Well spent. We look like a capital now.
Nearly. And it's ready to defend.
Canvas is much more homey when you bed down the silver.
Dwarves? I was kind of thinking that way myself. That sounds like a good answer. It's actually where my staff comes from, is this DLC. Varric and Sarah banter. I never do put both of them on the team. If I did that, I'd have to leave Dorian behind because I still need a tank. So Disaster in the Deep Roads versus Investigate the Frostback. Frost Bass. This. I swear I haven't had that much Knob Creek yet, although my voice is a little creaky. What's going on? Usually this kind of clears out the pipes and then I'm talking talking better. Inquisition has received an urgent request for aid from Orzammar. A subterranean earthquake has collapsed one of their Lyrian mines and endangered several others. Even worse, tunnel seals are preventing Darkspawn from overrunning the Dwarven-occupied deep roads have crumbled, allowing hordes of the enemy to invade. Orzammar is a key provider of the Inquisition's lyrium supplies, probably the only provider, and as such, its security is a top priority. Earthquake opened a fissure in the Storm Coast Mountains, granting direct access from the surface to the threatened region underground. Constructing a mining lift at the fissure site will permit the Inquisition to transport forces directly.
Our experts say they look at them.
Interesting. Does Corypheus send scholars to find something the elves buried? Or something buried with them?
Mining lift in the Storm Coast Mountains will be finished by the time you get there. Anyone going to the deep road should dress accordingly. Don't camp on the armor and bring the best weapons in Skyhold's arsenal. I also recommend packing plenty of dry rations. Most things down there will be looking to eat the Inquisition, not the other way around. Definitely want to take a dwarf for this. I don't know. I mean, I could bring along Sarah just for the banter type stuff that you're talking about, and it wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing. But if I do that, I lose out on the shields because I don't do shields. So I think I need to have either Dorian or Solus with me, and then I need my tank. So Iron Bull or Cassandra. I haven't had Cassandra long in a while. She's more tanky. And she has template training, which might come in handy. Yeah, that thing up there isn't making me super happy. I, for whatever reason, the weekend before would just like blew my weight out, and then it took me all last week to get it back to this. I don't know what's going on there. Today, though, I've only had lunch and supper. I didn't have any of the snacks I was supposed to. No breakfast. My calorie count's way down today.
Inquisitor, the workers are almost done building a lift to the deep roads. No darkspawn trouble yet, but the earthquakes have been brutal.
I was told to meet a Shaper Volta.
She's waiting below. You won't see an Orzammar dwarf on the surface. They have rules about that.
From your tone, I'd guess Orzammar isn't your favorite place.
I don't have an opinion. Cloud gazers like me aren't allowed in the city. The lift's ready for you.
No, I'm not getting on that.
Try not to shift around, and keep back from the edge. It's a long way down.
This reminds me of a story.
Shocking.
It's about an impossibly handsome dwarf and his friend who got crowned King of the Nugs.
A Nug King, really.
It's not as good as it sounds. Nugs mostly just shit on the floor and roll in it. Welcome to the deep roads.
Is it me, or is this the slowest lift ever constructed?
It's better than climbing down.
I could do with some music. Something with a flute.
We should be wary of raw lyrium.
I'm more worried about finding Darkspawn.
Neither is a pleasing prospect.
And we're going down, and we're going down.
Horut, Magirl, Novrik, your names will not be forgotten.
Look at that
You
armor.
must be Shaper Volta.
A trust Vala, Inquisitor. The Shaper it welcomes you to the deep roads.
My ambassador briefed me, but now I hear there are still more quakes.
Each new tremor opens another fissure in the deep roads. Our situation has worsened since we contacted Skyhold.
And there goes another one.
The quakes collapsed this mine and shattered a seal, keeping the Darkspawn at bay. The Legion of the Dead hasn't been able to mend the broken seal, and we can't afford to lose any more lyrium.
Orzammar deals with Darkspawn all the time. Why request the Inquisition's help?
The Legion isn't prepared for this level of disaster, and the Grey Wardens haven't answered our calls for aid. Any threat to the flow of lyrium requires immediate response. The Inquisition is the only force we can rely upon.
How dead is this Legion? Now, we're happy to help.
The Inquisition stands ready to aid Orzammar. Without a steady lyrium supply, things on the surface will get even worse.
Apologies for pushing you. I fear the damage that tremor caused. Follow me to the Legion camp.
Just me or Shaper Volta? Hot. And we're saving. Yeah, I'm following you. Apparently I'm not supposed to actually follow.
Keep your eyes open. These roads are dangerous.
Well, I should make sure that Sandra is trained. Lots of spindleweed.
An ogre!
I hate the deep roads.
Okay. Ice mine there in case he comes this way. Sandra, you charge the ogre to distract it. Barrick. Take explosive shot to open. And I will bomb? No. Yeah. I will not hold. I will immolate. Okay, that's not helpful.
Right!
I need more options. Shield bash it.
Ow!
Well, over alpha. Okay, that's even better. Okay, this is not going well.
attack!
Really? You want me to do this? You're gonna make me able to do this again? I obviously need it. This thing's only halfway down.
Now, while it's distracted!
I've only done this DLC once, so I really don't remember what's going to be in here.
Strike now!
Hey, Varric, why don't you go ahead and hit it with one? We need to look at these abilities better. Fine, that's good. Hit step I don't care about. Winter's Grasp is good. I actually got Immolate. Well, let me guess. I can't actually make it available to me. Okay. Fine. You do that.
Not focused on us! Now's the time to attack! Strike now! Now, while it's distracted!
How many hit points does this thing have?
It's not focused on us! Now's the time to attack! Now, while it's distracted!
Almost there.
You have my gratitude.
Jeez.
Just returning the favor.
If the ogre reached this point, the Legion must be overwhelmed. Let us hurry.
Ogre Alpha. Jeez. And we're saving?
I will never get used to the stench of Darkspawn. They corrupt everything, even the air.
Here's some
That's
fighting
the
going
broken
on.
seal ahead. It is worse than I thought.
Get those charges to the tunnels!
I feel like we're getting here just in time.
Someone prime the sonic fuses!
Okay, there we go.
Can't lose this position! Hurry!
Can't set the charges with those bastards breathing down our necks!
Clear out the Darkspawn!
Why don't you guys just panic for a bit? Hit him with the walking bomb. He explodes.
That's got them on their heels! Keep it up!
There we
Field's
go.
Clear. Prime the charges!
Now! Set the charges!
Okay, I guess that's me. And this one. And then we take cover. Take cover. Bada boom. I'll set up camp here. As I smack the microphone.
Inquisitor, meet Lieutenant Wren, a veteran of the 5th Flight and one of the Legion's finest commanders.
Someone paid her to say that. Appreciate the help, Inquisitor. Collapsing that seal bought us time. Blighters had the run of these tunnels for days. Now they have a roadblock.
This sounds familiar. This voice actor. Trying to place it. Making me think Mass Effect. I'm trying to place it. Zanzibar, welcome. Willkommen Sie. I'm glad to help.
The Legion of the Dead has the Inquisition's full support.
That's the best news I've heard since the Quakes began. Actually, the only good news.
You have our full support, so we sent 4 people.
Take cover.
You heard that, yes? The rhythm and the tremors? It's clearer, stronger, more insistent.
I hear it. Doesn't prove a thing.
These quakes are not a natural disaster. They're deliberate. There's an intelligence behind them.
Smart quakes.
How could an earthquake be caused deliberately?
We get plenty of natural tremors down here. These are different. She thinks she knows why.
I found an ancient text during an expedition with Wren last year. At the time, it was just a curiosity. But now? The text describes giant creatures, called Titans, living deep underground. They sing in the stone, shaping it. When these quakes began, I believe we heard that rhythm. I believe a Titan is causing all this destruction.
Zanzibar, you understand perfectly. Strange singing is never good.
Mysterious songs often lure people to their deaths, or to an archdemon.
This rhythm isn't a song, exactly. It sounds like air flowing through lungs.
Air that can collapse a whole mine.
Dangerous, then. But a magic unique to the deep roads might be worth investigating.
Oh, it's definitely worth investigating.
In my experience, no explanation is too strange to consider.
Yeah.
For all we know,
I mean, look at this.
That text you found was a bedtime story. We can't be sure until we find the source.
The rhythm I sense in the quakes is emanating from somewhere far below. The stone will lead us there.
And if it comes to a fight, that'll be our job. There's a lift at the side passage nearby. Ready when you are.
Deep Roads expedition table. So now I get a sub-table. Expeditions do not appear on the war table in Skyhold. Deep Roads. What have we got here? I don't remember any of this. Deep Roads Acquisition Legion Camp Improvements. With additional crafting tables and a quartermaster assigned to camp. Okay, great. Okay. What's the Uncharted Abyss? I don't know. It hasn't been charted. Ooh, triple twitches. I can rest, I can go potions to pot ions. What does Cassandra have? Okay, that's a good combination.
So it's true. The king involved a surfacer.
I can sell. Oh, I can buy stuff here. What? I can buy dragon bone and dragon scales and dragon crap? I have 105,000. I can afford to buy a lot of stuff. Ooh. It's actually worth looking at armor. Okay, first of all, let me look at my stuff. What have I got? Armor. I have an armor that is worth 253 and has an empty sigil. Hold on, let me do this. So vestments to the pure, 253, so that doesn't even get there. That does. That does barely. That does. That doesn't. Formal attire. I'm not even sure what I'm wearing, actually. Look at that. 316. I think I'm actually wearing some kind of heavy armor. 339. And it's heavy. I think that's what I'm wearing right there, Legion of the Dead armor. 309 for this refined Battlemaster mail. Difference between the refined and the superior is defense 5 leather, defense 4 metal. Let me take another look at what I've got. So that is a shock retard. Which of course, you know, I think looks pretty good on a Kunari. And then I've got a Kunari helmet, basically. I keep wanting to click on it. Clicking on it just attacks with the staff. These things, these are all armor from this expansion. But I can't wear them because they're not made for Kunari. So Superb Shock Retard is what I'm actually wearing at the moment. And the Shock Retard goes up to 280. If I really wanted to go for it, I could do the skin that shields for up to 339. Interesting that this Legion of the Dead armor doesn't really look different from the Shock Retard. Actually, it doesn't look different from what I'm wearing. So I may not be able to wear this Legion of the Dead armor. I'm not sure who can. So this Superior Battlemaster mail could actually go higher than what I've got. So could the Refined Battlemaster mail. But it's hard to compete with this skin that shields. Well, let me take a look at actually making it. What does it take? First of all, it takes 23 metal. I have enough dragon bone to make this work. Then the leather. Okay, so I'm looking for the best leather. It's really dragon scales. Add a lot of fire resistance. Right, because it's the tier 4. Nothing else is tier 4. Wyvern scales will give me 42% fire resistance. Dragon scales will give me 48%. 42%. I'd be kind of inclined to do the Wyvern scales versus the dragon scales. I mean, I can mess with the colors later on. There's like a place where I can do that. No, actually, it's only 12 out of the 62 I have, so I'm going to do that. This leather. I should do something that isn't fire. Means finding something that's probably tier 3. Like this great bear hide. Give me 28%. Or this Garn hide. Give me 14% sunder when hit. So it would actually break their armor whenever they hit me. I hadn't planned to do crafting as part of this stream. However, presented with this stuff now and how tough the first couple of fights have already been. Lurker scales will give me some range defense, which is also nice. What else have I got? Snow Flare, 28% cold resistance. That's probably the best thing to do. That's it. I'll just do dragon scales and have 80% fire resistance. No, I need to differentiate. So let's get some cold resistance in there. We'll get some cloth. See, the snow flare kind of worked in there too, I guess, color-wise. So I did it. I don't see that it's making any changes color-wise. Cloth. Magic defense would be nice. Spirit resistance would be nice if I could get my hands... If I can go over to that table behind me and buy some darkened samite. Yeah, there we go. I could do some dragon webbing. I could get 100% fire resistance. Let's see. What have I got? 28% spirit resistance. Spirit, of course, would be like lightning. So this infused Varantium Samite's actually a good idea. Totally brings it up to a white thing. Now this actually looks... Oh no, sorry, lightning would be electrical. Which could be covered by this King's Willow Weave. And that makes this really kind of gaudy, but I kind of like it. And the plush fustian velvet would also be electrical. So gaudy, but also kind of blah. That's less gaudy and a little less electrical. But ring velvet looks really nice. And it's almost as much electrical. You look at that ring velvet. Ooh, this silk looks good too. Too bad it's such crappy magic defense. Because it's only a tier 1 material. I'm leaning toward the ring velvet. I'm kind of liking this color combination. I'll be able to change the color later. Then again, this is 28%. I'm doing it. I'm doing this. And then the masterwork. If I use a Dragon's Tooth, it gives a 40% chance of critically crafting this, which is a 10% chance to 10% to stats. Which means that if this didn't work out, I could just give this to one of my companions and try it again. I have enough materials to do this a couple of times, and if I don't have the materials, I can go behind me and buy them. Let's see. Extra damage for every enemy within 8 meters. Increased maximum stamina. 5% chance to cast Mind Blast on a hit. Actually, that's kind of nice too. Whoa, look at that. Plus 10% damage bonus, plus 100% damage. No. 1 kill grants 50 stamina. Too bad I don't use stamina, I use mana. Which means I really need to give Varric something that's made out of this. 30% damage bonus if not being hit for 5 seconds. Oh. Like, when I start a combat? That's hard to say no to. I mean, it's always getting a chance at a 10% improvement in all my stats. Grant him Samite, Mind Blast on hit. Heal 15% of damage taken over 15 seconds. I don't know what triggers that. Oh, movement when it's stealth. Undying, 10% chance to heal for half health. That's kind of nice. 10% chance to apply walking bomb for 5 seconds with detonation of 75%. Yeah, but I don't know what triggers that. Master movement on hit, gain 3 guard, which is also nice. 10% chance to grant 3 seconds of walking fortress. Again, I don't know what triggers it. Abilities are cheaper. Abilities are cheaper. I don't know. What do you guys think? There's so many choices here. I'm really leaning toward the Dragon's Tooth. But I'm also liking the Fade Touch Gurnhide. There's a lot of times I'm not getting attacked, so if I can spend 5 minutes not getting hit, my damage goes up by a lot. Mr. B, Sansabark, do either of you have any thoughts on this? Help me decide. Knowing that I'm going to screw with more armor for other people, like I really want to give that one to Varric. So I'm going to make him some armor. And I want to check out the weapons. And I might make Cassandra some armor since she's here, and given that first fight was really tough, and the second fight was a lot of stuff. Oh, Mr. B? Okay, so choices are Dragon's Tooth, which has a 40% chance of making the item masterwork, which would be a 10% bonus to stats, which I believe is all 4 of these. Or the Fade Touch Gurnhide, that anytime I'm not hit for 5 seconds, my damage goes up by 30%. I need to add one of those. I'm leaning toward the chance for masterwork, but 40%? Likely I would have to craft 3 of these in order to get that. But then I'm going to do some crafting for Varric after this, and maybe for all 4 of us that are here, because I have easy access. You think the damage? Interesting. Okay. It is called. I will do it. Firewalker channeling integument. I've never seen this word before. It's true. That's exactly why I was thinking about it, Mr. B. Not to mention my Alpha Strike. Okay. Now I will put this on. Look at that. The only thing that's less positive is... Oh, I had magic and melee defense, plus some healing, and I don't know what triggers that healing again. Okay. Let's check out Varric. His armor in Death Sacrifice is 159. It's level 11 armor. So he normally wears medium. There's Varric. Okay. Prowler mail doesn't look right. Actually, that looks about like a normal thing for Varric. But it's really hard to argue against the skin that strikes with a maximum of 316. And it uses leather. That's different dragon stuff. And it uses the dragon scales. And then the metal, I can give him some fire resistance too. We will be fighting other dragons, but not necessarily fire-breathing ones, so... Well, the Everite would be nice for the melee defense. He is also at range most of the time, though, so he really needs range defense. But apparently I can't have that. Let's see, what else have I got? Wish you could filter it out and have it not even show you anything that's less than tier 3. I could give him the Dawnstone, which will make him look purple, apparently. It's hard to say no to the Dragon Bone, just to give him the fire resistance. They need some leather. Eight cunning, 8 dex for a little bit more dragon scale. That's actually a good combination. And then we'll do some cloth. Give him some spirit resistance. I could give him the same stuff, the King's Willowweave. I've got enough to give him this. Or electrical resistance, and that's a lot of it too. And then what was it I was saying I wanted to give Varric? Oh, on kill grants 50 stamina, because he uses stamina for his abilities. If I give him this... then that should help him get his stamina back faster. That'll more than double his armor. Did it again. Let's see about giving something to Dorian. It's hard to argue with that 295. Dude's got some abs. Look at that. He's gonna get the same thing. He starts with primarily cloth though, so that's dragon webbing. Then he gets some metal. He's gonna get the, wow, that is orange. He's gonna get the fire resistance because he gets hurt by fire a lot. And then this is some cloth. More dragon webbing, give him some magic and willpower, so that's good. And then some leather. Cunning and dex? He doesn't use dex. Or cunning. Maybe this is the wrong thing. So these are the next closest things for him. Refined Battle Mage Mail. Because it's defense, utility, utility. That's utility, defense, defense. And that's 3 defenses. Let me give him 3 defenses. So we're back to the dragon webbing. More dragon webbing. Go. There it is. Fire. And we'll get some leather. I have down. Snowflare skin. He's just gonna be the orange mage apparently. And some cloth. That'll give him some good resistances, and then what should I give him? Well, he doesn't stealth. Kind of thinking about the chance for masterwork for him. Her soul is orange, so you don't see the flames. Okay. And that leaves Cassandra. Armor is currently not great. 227. I know I don't usually run with her and I'm making her armor. I'm going to make her some of the Legion of the Dead stuff because it just looks cool. Dwarf trained only. I'm not making her any of the Legion of the Dead stuff. Superior Battlemaster mail, I guess. First, some fire resistance. And some electrical. Well, what gives her the best melee resistance? Be the best thing to do. %. That'd be nice, but don't have any. That would actually be kind of nice. Or that. Every time she gets hit, because she should be in melee range of everybody. Or on hit gain 3 guard. That will help her. No, really. Come over here. Let's look at giving Cassandra a new shield as well. A dragon bone shield. In the Everite. With some cold resistance, that'd be kind of nice. %9 sunder when hit. That's unusual. I'm gonna give her that. We got a dragon suit. Let's go ahead and chance this one. Looks like it did not work. So that's a big improvement. Now weapons. My weapon, my hot and deadly brutal scepter is 147. Just out of curiosity, what can I make? 147 I'm not going to beat, right? Because 131, obviously that masterwork chance worked. But I could look at replacing Cassandra's weapon. That 261 is kind of up there. Was it 261? What the hell? 163. 184. Oh, 261. That's it, all right. But it would take more dragon bone than I currently have. Fortunately, there's some I can buy right here, I think. Dragon bone. I don't remember how many I needed. It was on the order of 12.
So it's true.
Oh, perfect. Some metal here. Armor penetration's kind of nice. Chance to attack is also kind of nice. Stagger on hits also nice. Put the armor penetration there. Some strength. 7.5% extra damage for each enemy within 8 meters, so this should be a good one for her. It has an empty haft and an empty rune.
The Inquisition is on everyone's lips. Even the Assembly has taken an interest. In his younger years, King Harrimont would have greeted you personally, but he is too old now for such a journey.
Yeah, that's all.
Thanks for the insight, Shaper.
My pleasure, Inquisitor.
Come
We'll
on.
speak another time.
Come on. There we go. Craft weapons. Let's look at one-handed weapons. I should be able to find some hafts. Perhaps one-handed haft. Hilted one-handed haft. Inscribed one-handed haft. Dense one-handed haft. Offense, 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 utility, utility, offense. I'm gonna call it this one. There we go. 3% heal on kill. There we go, 4% heal. And weapon runes. Master Code. Dragon Slaying rune, that's always nice. Fire rune, 16 fire damage. Frost rune, 16 ice damage. We'll do frost damage.
These tomes were pristine before the deep roads.
No, 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 I don't care. That's the crafting. Where do I modify? Modify weapon. Sandra, you have to actually give that up for a minute. There, now she has a frosty axe. Just once I give it to her. Okay, that'll help. And I could make some hats and stuff too, but I think for now I'm going to leave it alone. For now, take a lift, go down.
The king involved a servicer.
We've lost so many. The Inquisitor's a welcome sight.
The Legion can handle Darkspawn. It's what we're born for. What we die for.
And the Tremors? Don't be stone blind, Yakar. This is beyond the Legion.
Okay, okay. Oh, I can loot that. Jeez. Okay, I bought Dragon Bone when I didn't need to. Now that it's 7:40, let's go ahead and set out. After tonight's crafting extravaganza.
I hope we don't run into an emissary.
Oh. Now we definitely will.
I take it emissaries are bad.
Most darkspawn are mindless killing machines, connected by the Blight. But emissaries are intelligent. And use magic.
Not magic. That looks like a deep mushroom. Craft extravaganza.
Shrieks. It had to be shrieks.
I thought you'd be used to all kinds of darkspawn.
Everyone's got their favorites.
We done? Good. There we go. Expedition.
This belonged to an exiled dwarf. He was experimenting with raw lyrium.
Let's see if there's anything. Oh, there's a little bit more deep mushroom. And a little bit more deep mushroom. Move. Get out of the way of me and my white and gold.
This door. There's something strange about it. Looks like our construction, but...
It's missing gears.
We have to find them. It's our only way through.
Maybe here.
That gear will fit the door. Keep an eye out for others.
I can't read my thing because it's bouncing. But welcome, new follower. Whatever your name was, I didn't see it. It's always good to have new blood. Have some points. Okay, and that looks like a gear aid.
Strange.
I don't recognize that metal. But we should only need one more.
Take the fire out, put the fire back in. I suppose I cleaned it in between. Oh, hey. It opened. And gave me things. I love it when things open and give me things. That must be the last gear.
We have enough of these odd gears. Let's head back to the door.
Not until I finish searching. It's dark here. Snake.
What a sod is that?
It's a book. Yeah, Tower of Hanoi. It's a BioWare game. They have to have a Tower of Hanoi in there somewhere.
Only a lyrium-addled mind would hide secrets behind such madness.
It's BioWare. Always have to have their Tower of Hanoi games. What? Song is soft but hard to crack. I hear the words. I can even taste them, but I cannot say them. Maybe Mother needs me to remove my teeth. Okay.
Ren, I'm sorry about Bernat. You served with him a long time.
It was quick. And Bernat returned to the stone with honor. We should all be so lucky.
It's all right to be upset.
I'm too old to be upset.
Too old, tired to be upset. Too stoic to be upset. Go in here. Yeah, I did. Okay. Ah, turned too far. I do remember these gear puzzles. too bitter and jaded to be upset.
It's open. Keep any gears we find. We may need more. And if we don't, I want to study them. Whatever they're made of wasn't mine down here. The rhythm in the tremors, it echoes through the stone. This way.
Sounds like Allie Hillis. Which is funny because she's it's Nightkeeper Seeker Harding as well.
Another strange door. Who put these here? And why?
This one uses a different kind of gear from the others.
We don't have to open it. My stone sense leads the other way. Though I am curious to see the other side.
You always are.
Only 4 more of this kind of gear. Yeah, it looks like I'm doing a lot of lightning damage. What the hell? What hit me?
Like you've been doing it your whole life, Inquisitor.
He means that as a compliment.
You're famous, even down here. Is it true you killed a dragon?
Hey, dragon.
I have. It was quite the battle.
I can't even imagine. Tell me about their teeth. I've heard they don't all breathe fire, and their scales have different colors and patterns.
Careful, Ren. I believe you're drooling.
A dragon? More like, I don't know, 8? Oh. Hi. Are you looking for some supper? Are you, She's awfully nice when she's hungry. Hey, can you get the cat some supper? She's over here rubbing on me. What?
Sure, got a snack.
There you go, kitty. That's it for the day. Hey, it's Ghost Me. Move.
Inquisitor!
Don't worry. Amy is fine. 8 out of 12. She's over here rubbing on. God damn it. Are these in your way? Left my reels of filament in her way, and she's terrified of things that make plastic crinkling noises. Not quite sure what gave me the hit points, but hey, okay, whatever. Yeah, I know, it leaped to my death just because I can't get people out of my way. Ah. I didn't notice if... Didn't notice how many gears I've picked up at this point. Remember where we don't have to open that door, but I'd be interested to see what's on the other side, which usually means, hey, there's treasure. So I'm gonna double back, because I know I picked up a lot. It'll be 7 out of 8.
That scar on your nose is new.
Yeah, well, fell out of bed.
You sleep on the ground.
Surprised me too.
What? Revenant? Level 22 and tough. Just little minions now. Jeez. Lots of loot. Superb ring of armor penetration. What does Cassandra have, ring-wise? Well, she has that now. And that, I guess. Well, yeah, I mean, it's necessary for the recipe of stewed dwarf. Yeah.
This Grey Warden had a map. Could be important.
Or could be not. Okay. What do you think they bathe in? I think they don't. They're dwarves. Or perhaps the blood of their enemies. Pretty stock answer. Get out of my way. It's backwards. This is the way we need to go. .806. I'll play a little bit longer. I think this is correct. I do like the atmosphere here, especially all the creepy sounds. Makes me think a lot about Doom. Not necessarily the more recent, more impressive game, but more like Doom 3. Okay, I've reached level 23. Sheesh. Three fires. Investigate the corpse.
There's nothing left of them. Can't even tell who they were.
I'm sorry, Ren.
You join the Legion knowing you're already dead. You don't fear the killing blow. We rest in the stone and pass our strength back to her. That's our reward. But the Darkspawn defiled these soldiers. They can't return to the stone. They'd only weaken her.
Let's avenge them.
We'll make the Darkspawn pay for what they've done.
I've killed so many. But every time I stare into their black eyes, I know one day I won't be quick enough.
Stop it.
It's the truth, Volta. I'm going to die down here. I can only hope it won't be like this.
We'll burn the remains. Honor them with flame.
Let me step around the pile of burning dwarf. Set a landmark over here.
Look at that, Ren. Could this be Hedron?
Darkspawn all over it. You can see their torches.
Even Darkspawn appreciate a little mood lighting.
We're getting close to something.
Aye. The fight of our lives.
Wow. Pretty cool, pretty impressive. But since it's 8:12, I think I'm going to go ahead and finish up right around. You see their lever to go further. The downside, of course, means that I'm going to have to walk all the way. No, I'm not going to have to walk all the way back down here. Just be able to click on this next time. Now I should just be able to click on the Legion of the Dead camp and travel. That should top off my stuff. Except for this big barricade one I off. Expect this because I swear I came up with something else. Yeah, a couple of things. Covering barreled treasure. Okay. Okay, and then here we can rebuild the upper bridge, it looks like. New area unlocked. There's nothing there. Okay, so I'm gonna go wander back to Skyhold. And go check on the war table over there. And then I'm gonna call it a night. Hard to believe it's already been 2 hours. I've only, like I said before, I've only played through this Deep Roads DLC one time. I have no concept for how it was. Without the crafting, it could easily be another couple of weeks, I would think. Certainly more than 1 week. It might be a week and a half, something like that. Or 2 weeks, or 3 weeks, or 11 weeks. I don't have any concept. In the meantime, I'll go ahead and top this off. And I may do some crafting off stream so that nobody has to go watch it. Craft all the things. Oh, sure, she shows up now. Yeah, you missed it. I was crafting like half the stream. Okay, we got some Veridium and Rash Vine. Careful it doesn't give me rashes. Ustian Velvet, and track down Samson. I'm going to debrief you in person. Okay? I will go talk to Colin in person. We should stream City of Heroes. I have no objections to this. We'll have to do a little bit of setup for it if we're going to do that. Where's the other way I went to? Or when I came back from talking to Colin. It's not this way. Okay. It was this way. Yeah, I have no problems with doing City of Heroes if I have time to set up a different overlay for OBS or whatever, and there's no reason why it would have to take place on the Mondays. I mean, since Bean Duck is streaming like all the time now, I conflict with them no matter when I stream, so...
What have you found?
We have him, Inquisitor. We found Samson's lair. My duties usually keep me here, but for Samson, I'll make an exception.
Best.
I want the place razed to the ground, no matter the opposition.
I will see it done, Inquisitor. We'll depart at your leave.
There, that's a little mission we can do next time, too. Well, I mean, we will probably play City of Heroes, like the three of us, the next couple of nights. And if not the three of us, the two of us. I shouldn't say the next couple of nights. I should say most nights this week. So it could be that there will be an impromptu stream after supper. It would probably start around the same time. You know, 6-ish, 6:30-ish kind of time. And we would probably just play till tired. I can't guarantee how much interaction I will have with you all. Let's get these resources.
Inquisitor.
There's apparently nothing else I need to really go do. These are all completed.
At your service.
Outfitting the crew.
Inquisitor.
Not sure what that is. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and stop now. As usual, I have every plan to do this next week. Obviously, if something comes up, now and then I can't guarantee it because, you know, things happen. But I should be here in another week, and we'll continue with this. See if we can knock out that mission against Samson real quick, and then we'll go back into the deep roads, and that'll probably take us through the midpoint of June anyway. After that, when the deep roads storyline is done, we'll think about whether to do the Avar storyline or go back to the main story for a little bit and then do the Avar. That's the current plan, such as it is. And keep a lookout for sudden impromptu City of Heroes streams in case we do it. But I won't guarantee that we're going to do that. Anyway, thanks guys for coming out. If nothing else, I will see you in 166 hours. Bye!